Hey guys, this is Max here, and everyone has that old computer that's sitting out there in their garage collecting dust. Well, maybe I can help you bring that computer back to life with a lightweight Linux distro. So, today I'm going to test out 3 lightweight Linux distros, Lubuntu, Porteous, and Mint, and I'm going to pit them against the default operating system that came on the computer I'm going to be testing it with, which is Windows XP. And for the computer I'm going to be using, it is a Dell Optiplex SX260 with 512 megabytes of DDR SD RAM at 266 megahertz, an Intel Pentium 4 processor running at 240 gigahertz, and a 512 kilobyte level 2 cache. This was a beast of a computer back in 2001, and now we're going to try to bring it back to life. So first off, we're going to be testing Windows XP. So this computer did not actually come with a recovery partition, so I actually had to go and just uninstall everything that didn't come with it, delete all the files. I downloaded CC Cleaner, cleaned off everything, fixed registry issues, uninstalled CC Cleaner, and then rebooted the computer. So hopefully that's close enough to a clean install of Windows XP. So now, first off, we're gonna test boot time. So here we go, I got my stopwatch here, and now we're going to test boot time. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. So we got a time of 1 minute and 7 seconds for boot time. And now I'm going to plug in the Wi-Fi dongle to connect to the internet, and we're going to test the internet speeds with Windows XP. And we're using the default browser, so we know which OS is going to lose already. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to test Internet Explorer by setting the home page as Google and launching the browser and see how long it takes from when I double click on the icon to how long it takes to load the Google web page. Didn't know that. Okay, so now we're going to reset the stopwatch, and now we're going to launch the browser. See how long it takes to load its home page. Wow, 2 seconds. That's actually pretty good for Google. Sorry, not Google. Internet Explorer. Web boot time. 02. Okay, so now we're going to load the CNET web page because it's an extremely RAM heavy and just a bad design web page in general. So it's going to take up a lot of RAM and CPU usage to get it loaded. So now we're going to now we're going to start. Wow, actually pretty good. It's freezing up. Okay, so 5 seconds. So it froze up, so I don't know if you want to count that as a success or not, but yeah. It didn't even load fully, so let's try that again. Okay, here we go. Reset, restart. Done. Says down there. Oh. Keep going. Done. Nope. Okay, well, let's just call that 16 seconds. Since I was a little... This is really unofficial, so... Okay. Now, we're going to test the time it takes for the computer to shut down. So, reset. And now we're going to hit shut down. That's what I want to do. There we go, 14 seconds. Okay, so now all we have to do is do that with all the other lightweight Linux distros. So guys, in this computer right here, this drive is actually broken. When I put it in a disk, it just spins up and the drive just pops open again. So actually what we're going to have to try to do is we're going to have to try it from a USB, to boot from a USB flash drive, which OS... Okay, here we go. Hopefully the front panel is just as good as the back. It's not then. Oh well. Okay. I forget what key it is. I think it's F2. Okay, keyboard failure. Great. Okay. Let's shut that down and try it again. This keyboard's worked before with this computer, so I don't know why it's freaking out at me on me all of a sudden. Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. Never mind. Okay, boot sequence. Oh, great. Now where did it go? Okay, well, they used to have the flash drives as a boot option, so now I have no idea where that went. So let's escape. Now we don't go into Windows XP. Great. Okay, so now we're going to try F12, which would give us the boot options. Maybe it's in there since, you know, the boot menu is always inconsistent with the actual setup. Keyboard failure. Okay, are you going to actually show us the boot menu this time? Okay, apparently not. Okay, now it actually heard me. Okay. USB flash device. That's what we want. Loading boot logo. Okay. Yes, it works. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's go. Let's go install. Install. Okay, good. Now it's thinking. Okay. So actually what I had to do with this USB flash drive is under the syslinux folder inside the files after I installed the distro on it, I actually had to change the bin file from isolinux.bin to syslinux.bin since it's a USB flash drive, it's looking for syslinux instead of isolinux. Okay, so I'm going to give this a little bit of time and see if it boots into it or not. Okay, so now we're booted into the configuration section where we're going to configure the distro and then load it onto the hard drive. The reason I'm going to load it onto the hard drive is to give, since Windows XP was on the hard drive, I'm going to load every OS onto the hard drive just to give Windows XP and all the Linux distros a fair fight by running off the same device. Okay, English. So guys, here are the results. So for boot time, Lubuntu came in at first in exactly 1 minute, XP came in second at 1 minute and 7 seconds, Mint came in at third with a total time of 1 minute and 9 seconds, and Porteous came in last with a boot time of 1 minute and 24 seconds. And so the second test I ran was a test so I set the browser homepage as Google, and from the time that I clicked on the browser to the time the Google web page loaded was the result in the time I recorded. So Windows XP and Internet Explorer actually came in at first this time, which actually really blew me away. Lubuntu was second in 4 seconds, Mint was third at 12 seconds, and Porteous was last at a sluggish 15 seconds. So the next test I ran was loading the CNET web page. Since the CNET web page is just a CPU-hungry and RAM-hungry website that is just poorly designed overall and requires a lot of processing power to load the page. So Mint actually came in first this time with a total of 10-second load times for the CNET page. There was a tie for second in between Lubuntu and Porteous. and XP and Windows XP and Internet Explorer came in at third. So for shutdown times, Lubuntu came in at first with an actually pretty fast 10 seconds. It came in second with 19 seconds. Porteous came in third with 53 seconds, and Mint came in fourth with 54 seconds. So the Linux distro I decided on was Lubuntu, because it had almost the best times out of all of them. Was probably the easiest to install, and probably the most flexible and most Linux-like operating system out, fastest without paring down on too many features. But one thing I don't like about Lubuntu is it looks awful. Its graphical interface is not really that appealing. Well, in my next video, we're going to make Lubuntu look like OS X Yosemite. So, subscribe and stay tuned for that. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, and thanks for watching, guys.